cheese ʻadudli.átgi Tlingit Johan. Ye awe ach kuti adataya aax'w. Atjawe ya gwalliadach tu asgwy sitini. Atge cholleyeche. E chwajian tauk I titqu haye. Ye awe adati tuchwatan. Tutlai aya we yedalli dleid. Suchwachwein. Helwasa gwatiqoa. Wan qanin swekute. Tlidzi aya hajik aya awati. Helwasa utiqoa. Ye awe Tlingit ka. Ya yagi. Jaguta shukatqu. Wujin aya. Awlit'áayi. Aqa'aw witlayqaqa. San Diego qeqatyati. Ya takhadushu jinkat aya. Ye yekhuat. Qa tlidzi aya hajik. Talk. Wait atsu. Jushuko aqanakhuat. Tlidzi. Yigo aya khwan. Ye awa hallekhwe. Helwasa utiqoa. Du in kachunik. Haku. Ach wait late aya hitchukak ach to asgwy khweni. Ye awa. San Diego tellelsi gwalli wechute. Shuko aya yidatqoa yiitqoa ha. Tlingit Johan. Gunil cheese kai aax'w. Gwalli sitin dasa hasito asgwy. Ha in da diwchayatani. Ye aya yidat sjaq gunil cheese.
Ashke, cook.
Ha khuni wushin aya yu ʼatudli.átgi. Ya hai tukwanach. Ye awa. Like ya hai dekat Tuhan ha yati ha tla Tlet unetleit dekat Tuhan kleinach yadik atgu tlet aax'w wuti. Chat aya tatuk aya akshat ka akshat so kakiat ye awa yadu aksi katsawa yudu asak shaklake again. Yeah, yudat ko nazjin kat kakejin du katago yeah, tatuk du yit ka tatuk du si ye awa kakyat akshat kakyat yatki na wuske ka ace kakiki ye awa yat asi katsawa ka tatuk du si skik atwa kanatsu yudu sagon ye awa
Ashke, gusu we hit.
excuse ye awa ya create on Excursion Inlet Village ye awa Hatlis du hidi yat ka ha atkan hidi. A.
Nurchish.
Confused. Kla du set hat kla yachwan kla you du sagon. Edain kun skatnegi ustin yachwan kla. Yahai Richard Dowenauer. Yeah, photographer. Yeah. Let's see, like soup. His class. Clays you do sagon, Mary Arabia, at least Shawat ka Juan Arabia, you do sagon, at least ka yat ha at kan hidi awa. So tu ikuwa ha.
Hatla kanatsu you dusagen. Ye jiwune kunach nuch. Aka hush. Heffasaku split. And then at uwachan. Newspaper style. Dry fish.
At easy yat
Nayadige.
like
Flake, newspaper style, dry fish.
hook.
Gook. Sadugu kashtatis halif awaka.
Diadahain.
Kaslagay.
Yeah.
Jin clay ka ke jin dana. Last century.
ʼAx'w ʼaghi saku.
Gook. Yeet yadi you do a sock. Atsa ye janeyi. Gook. Ku atla toowú sati a'ax'w shkik you do a sock. Kwasiha at yatki kadachkankian. Hooch.
What's that do a sock? That's
Dachkan Ach dachkan awak Tlingit kenach Tlikudzi late kenach. Birth certificate name Tlikudzi.
Adisa.
Yeet do see. My oldest granddaughter, Kiara.
Ucha.
Wait. Yeet ka do see New Mexico Day. Ka aksi ka do yeet Washington Day. And Khat Nate Zantikahini. Hooch.
Cheese.
Gonna cheese.
Khatage.
Ah.
ʼag'id. Do ya hai yawe. Khan a'ax'w. Nuts jin kat katler. Do kotagu. Yak haskashik do ye genesity. Do geneto ada Bellingham Day. Kakwak Yak plane on April Tledushu. Ishan Hut.
Ishan.
Juan Lane.
Chataya, Juan Klein, you had to a share. ʼatánk, Tlakatiahan. Do yinanach Talwasaka, right? Yuchdunk Talwasaka. Ach ik kashatch. Adusawa. Satnach Yushianach ik Yudusagun Dave. Yudusagun Dave.
Ute.
Duzuk ach shatch sheet. Wait. Ach. Oh. Ach ik We do chach. You do a sock. Kiki, kikya, katleno. You do sagun. Katleno, chach, kick yadi, kick Ewa. A'x'w. Klutu heish. You do sagun. Chat. Achuni. Tlaik-handed. Kagoshuk. Cajun. Kadachadusha. Tauk. Chat a'x'w. You guys understand? Okay. Awlit'áayi. Sachtla disi. Tlaika kakajin. Siguru kiswas. Awlit'áayi. Gonna change.
Gonna change.
Gonna cheese.
Hey, away.
Usk.
Guys.
Quantlein usk.
Yuck. Yeah.
Adusa basketball hoop.
Kuchet. Kuchet. Kak. Yeah.
Dave. Una. Jiwu.
Ik. Dave, you do sagun. Yeah. Dave, Dleitkach enach. Casita. Actually, Elizabeth Dleitkach enach. Theodore Dleitkach enach. John, you do sagun. Dleitkach enach. Casita Dleitkach enach. Chat. On plane. Dleitkach enach. Yeah. Woodley, Tatwasaku airplane, Pan Am, Yahaya, calendar.
Kiswaske.
Kiswas.
What's to do with like BB? Una? I don't know how to say BB. Well, maybe you just say BB.
Gui.
Huchika?
Ik echt een cheese.
One plane. And that kind of hick teen.
And that kind of hick. Gao gakwash. Achlit. Achjit te achlit. Chat. Chatty baby. Chatter baby. Ik. Jishagoon. Hus. A'dudli.átgi. a'tánk. They wanted to see how it worked.
Hey, car away. A sock truck.
Hechosako atwooded the cocho at a car a car.
Car plane.
Truck gwash. Atwooded the hoot at gwash ye. At a way when canins way. You do a sock clay with Chukbet akayeti atka anay atyakohu.
Na. Yeah, we're gonna choose.
Okay.
One lane.
Gus.
Gusuwe I Sleshk Hidi. There.
Kachchanak. Kachchanak. Yechatit yech. Kachchanak.
Gunaschish.
Tauk hidi. We what's in Nedi Yanshuka? Ichke. Ichke, the south end of the island, south of the island. Summer camp, summer house.
Gunaschish.
Kajucha ito sakwe wheelbarrow. Wash. We kajucha ʼatánk. Hasaku. Haskakwa wus we chakuta. Tlingit kinachil ʼadudli.átgi. Kunachawe uke. Hadisatsi ditoasaku yiin aax'w. Ha'inki niki etat.
I'm gonna need to switch to English now. So at this time, we were hoping that we could break into pairs in breakout rooms. So what we just did was a demo.
Okay.
And so we're gonna have say maybe 4 different time slots for pairs in breakout rooms. So 5 minutes, you get to talk to your one person. And I'm going to suggest that, you guys or us guys in the pairs, if we don't know how to say something, we can't work it out, write it down. And then we'll have a chance to figure out how we would say that, because that's what we need to be able to say, right? So in pairs, you meet with your first person, you'll say what you can say, then boom, you're in with the second person, and you'll say about your family, ask the other person, then boom, that we're speed dating like. And then we're all going to come back into the big group. And I'm going to ask that nobody lead who's going to say what, but people, we can wait until whoever wants to say, oh, did you know that Yana 8 has 17 children? I didn't see that. So we can report on what we found out, or ask another question of somebody. What?
Okay, just let's
So blind dates, huh?
Might be dumb dates too.
Okay, khataya dakun aadé kakwagu. Okay, yanuane yidat we chakut itikak. Aadé na
So, okay. Khutsuhu der Yadi. Virginia Kevin Dusagun.
Isagan?
Dusayi. Sayi.
Oh,
Gunnel cheese. Zuk. Oh, chakut kage. Guk. Chakut ka. Guk. Ja adusa. Just click
We're just gonna wait.
Okay.
Geez.
Hune du slesk hune yakyati. Very much. Bethel kutsiti I hune ish du ish Bethel de Bethel kutsiti.
Bethel ke what?
Okay, well what?
A katrat se ok guk sa kutziti. Khasa kuko you big sai ko one kanyan sa katrat.
Gonna cheese.
A'atwasagu. A'atwasagu. Kayakaka. Satuk. Adat. UW Dach. Khatsu. UW Dach.
Hati.
Ka Satuk. Zanta Kahini Dach. Satuk to Yeet. New Mexico Dach. Ka let's see, ka she atagadach chat hooch
Gonna cheese. Gu talking with you. Gonna cheese.
gonna cheese tsu
Ik ja. Kaksin akuni. Kashniki adat. Duyetki. Duyetki katichti kaktu. Kunakas du tuasigu wayetki the cake. Cake du tuasigu kaksin duyetki. Kunach. Ajawe Afghani Nak Kaksin Dushat Kunak Heftuji we douche Duji Ajawe Kaksin Kunak Tuasigu Kaksin Heshtu Tuasigu we douche the Chish.
Kuage. Steiki a chunkian away to a shut to Yetki a cask date kun ka skte ka wandatan ka Steiki do honey bunny you do a sock sheens do Kate you do a sock arrow
Kunate
ʼadudli.átgi, you do a song. Jeez.
Echa.
Or I'll go first. Ishan uhan ha'i te tawa ha plain. Nawea a kau ka stu hastu ka I don't know how to say this. Ka man, how do you say work? I know like there's stu hastu and work too hard.
Ye Janae.
Ejinei.
Shit's up. Yay, Jenny. Can't work too hard though.
They can never.
Tachkodach yay, Jenny.
Ishan Hut, let me whine. Sheesh.
Het was out. Just illachoi. Ichlachoi.
Yes, tuchla do art kagane kunach ausichan. Actually, chuyi dat utlitish.
ʼadudli.átgi, Ireland ka Scotland kehas uawat Canada Day has wukuch like kehas wusidak York Tlingit.
Okay. Gulchish Johan. Yanne eet away. Du ish. Kat du klar. Du khanch aya. Hasna atjin. Tuck away we Christmas. Has du wasagu wushchuche haswuti. Get du yeet. The K.O. K in the wati aya. Chutle aya du tlirko has ausatini. Koa has ausaku. Achtu yek e. Achtu yek e. Kach has uti. Dat koa. Wasa achtu yek e du yeet aya koa ausakun. Ya du tlirko has. Kalitzin awe kalilko. Kach kalitzin.
Scan jot dekina yukatangi kitain siku hwaach du yukatangi Heidelberg ke uawat ka junok yeyati dat
Kataka. Ye du tlatzin. Tlilk. Waktana. Hatlilk du tla. You do a sock. Tlanat. Do keek. Yes. Katie.
yes
Yeah, Kate. Yeah, yes, Katie. Keek kagade. Ye Yahai Shan. 1930s gwal 1940s. Kukatan Shao. Tlidal Tlatsini we kukatan shao. Days lindach we I yananach. Hooch.
Gonna cheese.
Kachuke. Tsukke. Takat Johan.
Dog juice yidat junok sati haida yukatangi idultu Craig dach Juno Juntakahini Yati
Ganz cheese.
Skanjat Peel Scholar. Dekina yuchatangi tlakudzi awe we du tuwasigu we chone class we skunwank tsu tlakudzi we skanjat hooch. She knows hooch. She understands hooch and yeah. Ganchish.
Ganz cheese.
dog juice scholar away
Tan.
kill Katangi
Tan you do a sock with art clean. Naki aya Tlingit ki koa we hate kach de kina. Ach kutzati awe ach tla ya ach tla du tla ach shawat a lilk. Ye awe chatzurch to a sagu we hat kill we de kina yu atangi aya chasaku a joyach tu yik e ha in chasati. Ye awa wujin aya kegach tutletzin, the katwe shukat ku yukatanki. Ye ach tu ye yeti, wushchan kaya ye hanatich. Ya de kina ka Tlingit ka sutskan. A joyach tu wasagu ye wujin aya kegach tutletzin, ke hagach tletzin, el the kat uhan. A de ka idil tu ye, konachawe a dati jekach tune. Ya hayat ki konach tu wasagu ye Canadain the kata yukatangi has to qenach. Kelha to ashkutlidzi has to GA uti a jawe. Tiktain aya ye jitune ye dat. Khosaku wan kanins how to hutl. Just a chuk yukatangi hatlech wan kanins ko a khosaku wasa ye dal. Ya ha ye jine. Jo ya hakusti yikog. Yisatinage gwal. We do wasa do sak when a die hin gusa we yak klein a cow's a dicky at a oh gosh at your high at tina hatiti a got yigakisatini a joy a data way you took the ton ya yaki like quite kinsa tatke clash up quite luck a hosakukusa. Yeah, do Yaqawe. Kuksai utiata. Masatu sakwe canal. Yisikuke. Wayak clean. Hechosaku wanexawit aaday na yakoneya na kuch. Kastakata to a cow dick. Kaslate chakut yak. Ayanach aya unkakuya. Just clear teach as the cut at Kayisitin we uski a kawa ak. As the cut with ʼatgi at the hawe a would eat. One canins ye o ach tu ye ti. Yat a yahawe ha ye jene. Klach kodach zi. As the cut at tata was a good. Chakut ye de aya ye gartusene. Ye o ach tu was a good. Ye yach sakai. Ye guaich one the cut you han. Ye gartu tak ayal the cut ha you ʼatánk. Had the chan kisani ya akaya ye gartusene wuchin. Has the two or the real the cut a silko has a dusa has out the toowú. At away you did the two away ha you ʼatánk. Has aus the coon konacho ye jinachaya ya kanad ya kakwaha away the cut ha you ʼatánk. Ye awa one canins just achtuasaku at chashuku. Eka ko achasaku. Tachlizia ya ha ye jini. Helwasaka kwatiho. Wuchin aya ke ha kuchlitzin the katuhan. Ye awa achtu ye yetigun chish.
Chone. Ye you ʼatánk ach sha would do a nuke.
Ke uche took ya ke khatke wus. What's that do sak? You're the bomb. Tlingit renach. Hech was the kukwash ke ik kwashtuk a ko keka ko you're gonna blow up. Yeah, oh, gonna cheese. Duck juice ach tu yik wait. A cheese cool. Kakwa ak. Yin, yi deka kwatishi on. Let's see. Quick thoughts. So before we record, maybe on Monday, since we've had folks observing us, it's probably past time to just pause and say hi. So let's just do a little bit of visiting on Monday before we record, so everybody knows, just a chance to say hi to each other, and just hear anything you folks might have to say. And you're not required to give us a report or anything, but it was just sort of spending time together. It makes sense, right? Any questions? Anything you didn't know how to say, you want to know how to say? Maybe I can help. I don't know.
I wanted to say when my son was young, and like my parents visited when my son was younger or young, or and things I did when I was younger or a kid. I don't know how to say that.
Okay. So let's take a look. So we know how to say something like, you know, so we'll just say n here. So 2
Okay.
n. Let me make this bigger. Hold on. Okay. So this is to be n, right? So this could be anything. So for example, let me also get rid of these. Hold on. None of those. Okay. So I could say, don't judge me. Maybe I am. Right? So I could say that. I'm a young man, and you could say shad khatsati. So this would be the, you know, there's other ways to do this as well. But there are certainly these stages of life. So that's one of the things. Tokaneyi, yadakwatsu, shatkiyatsku, shad, yadak, and then yis, shawat, yis, ka. those put you at various stages of life. I think tokani can't walk. Yedekwetsku for the boys and shetkiatsku for the girls. So you can walk. You need your parents for everything, I think. Then yeduk, shatk, you could probably make a baby. I shouldn't yet. Let's put it at that. I think that's getting into, because you say yeduku and shatki for like a boyfriend and a girlfriend, because that's when they really start messing, doing stuff. Yiska, yishawat, you are an adult, but you're a new adult, right? So this is, I would say this would be late teenage years, early 20s, kind of up to interpretation. Then
Yeesh, what? Is that young woman?
Yees, yeah. So new woman, new man. Yees, shawat, yees, ka.
Okay.
So you pick one of these, and that puts you at a stage of life, right? So then the other thing, so you could say shad, khat, and then this would change. So now this becomes the sort of a bit of a noun version of that. So shat khatsati, when I was a young woman.
Okay.
Now, there's a couple of things we could do. We could put one of those on there. At the time, I was a young woman. So that's the when, is the, that's how you put it. And then you could also say, dach, from the time. It depends what you're saying. Like, there's that mosquito story where he says, I had a boat since I was a little boy, since I was a young man, right? And so from that, I'd say he's like a 13-year-old out in a boat by himself, which was fine, and which still is fine as long as people know what they're doing. So then, yeah, so that would be the time mark, right? So and you could also just do this shad kachatsati, when I was a young girl, and then you could just go right into the other thing.
So akyit, shut, how
He'd be
so
a
that's
yeduk. So that's a time where you gotta. It's a gendered term at that point. Yeduk sati.
how do I say when my son was young, he liked computers.
Right. Well, I would probably just say that.
To us.
Yeduk sati do tuwang sagu. Oops, that should be I. Sorry. And then you could say achit first of all. There's a lot of folks, if they're your own children, you'd put k on the end. Achit, achsit, just because you love them. Oh, there's stuff in the chat. I'm missing the chat.
You can kind of ignore it. I was asking Doug Juice and Skanja about how to spell Hawit. I just always end up like interchanging Hawit and Hagu with the kids.
Oh, okay. 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 What else? Anything else? Okay. Good.
A cut say what Master do sock busy Tlingit Kenach.
Oh, ʼadudli.átgi. Is that it?
Geez.
And you got the context, because you're saying like there's really something around me. Like, you could be like, I'm very important, right? But that also just means busy. I'll put it in the chat too.
Aya, Yeh, Uch, Tla, and I would like to ask if we can talk at about 5 minutes to 7 Juneau time, 5 minutes to 8 Yukon time, to share our ideas for our conversations on Monday.
The date. How would I say my oldest daughter? Oh, you would say shat.
Shatchi, and then hunchu, and then kiki. I don't know how to do the middle ones. Sorry, middle kids. I'm a baby. I'm a kiki so. The middle ones, I don't know. But yeah, I think you could say dach'a achsik, my second daughter. Naski'a achsik. Who is it? Yeah, Jinkat naska achik, my 13th son. Someone say my 13th.
Keishi, my grandmother's oldest son. This was for Yedutletzien's Shkatnik, Tlik Hunki ʼadudli.átgi. It's a pretty neat way of saying it, I thought, but
yeah. Huncho'a shatchi'a. There's also Shukwa Yedi, which is the firstborn child, the boss of them all.
Shukwa?
Shukwa Yedi. And Doug Juice, you'd say ʼadudli.átgi. I'll put that in the chat as well.
You might have already said it, but I wanted to say that my daughter was the youngest grandchild. So would you say huchi'a?
Yeah, you could say wehuchi, or you could say shtikat achtla tachunk. Oh, what is it? Shtikat ditaqyan dukatakukin away. Maybe. Dude, well, let me think about it. I know I heard somebody say that. Let me check. It was George who said it. I gotta go find it. Where is it?
Have y'all seen those little videos where it's describing the first child, the second child, and the third child? Those funny ones. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Dang it. It'd be really funny if you did. But they're so accurate, and it'd be really cool if there was like an indigenous version of it. We could translate it. It'd be super fun.
You can. Send me a link. I'll forget.
I'm gonna.
Okay.
I've been told you never get over being a Shukwa Yedi. Satuk ye awet. That's it.
Oh. Do a sock feral.
Feral.
That's my feral one. I mean it in a cute way, I promise.
Probably like kayayi.
Kayayi.
Kayayi. I was saying about my dog today. She's running in the deep snow.
Kayayi Yedi.
Yeah. Wild.
That's her. Love her.
Okay, I'll have to come back to. I know I got it somewhere.
We Dutch country. Yis Ayanach.
Oh, Yis Ayanach. See, there is, you could do like a yan, so Yanach and a kin. Ayanach is more than, aqin is less than. I saw like youngest, it was in a story, but now I can't find the story. Where is the, oh, huh, I see. Okay, I'll have to come back to that one, I think. I don't know if I have the English for this one. The Yesh Kakukas Shawat. Okay, I'll look for it.
Yeah, I just sent you the thing and you'll just know.
Yeesh. Oh, here it is. Maybe. This is to quote the Raven, I guess we would say. Ya aqin duwawati ah. So aqin is less than and duwawati. So the one who grew up less than. But I'll have to see, because like akiki ah has to dachkhan. It might not work, you know. Aqin duwawati ah. Because if you said wait huchi aya has to dachkhan, some people might interpret that as like she's the only one left, right? Which is sometimes the case, and usually they'd say like qatsanekh, the surviving one. So that's how they also say that, which is a little hardcore, but you know, sometimes you do say things like that. If there's one sibling left out of a family, you know. We don't want that situation, but sometimes it is a situation. Aqindu wawati ah. But yeah, maybe that's one to take to the speakers too and see what they would say. The youngest grandchild. Okay. Ah. Okay. Cajun Winnets. Uyech kahatuasagu. Hachakawa Hachakawa no. Hatuasagu. Hachakawa aku. We want them to tell us what to work on. But we do have 3 minutes, so I don't think that's enough time to dive into. We could run through like another pattern of future forms, or we could just chat a little bit. Oh.
Well.
Our theme is a conversation about a camping trip or a time at fish camp. And here are some questions to help think about things to say.
I could send this to Kune by email to share.
Yakwati. Yakhan ekwasyatat adekwati.
People did lots of talking, really. It was really awesome today. So I think Shajak Satut Kashke and Juan Lane's permission, we would just like to do the same.
Yeah. And we would like people to talk about camping, whether they were in a tent or a cabin or some other shelter, as long as it's camping, no matter how primitive or how luxurious.
Okay.
Do you think it's a good idea to have 5-minute pairs?
Yeah, we were thinking about that because 5 minutes might not even be enough if people have a lot to say or if there are stories to tell.
Okay.
How long were we in our small groups today?
I think probably about 10 minutes, maybe. I don't know, because I realized that several times I forgot to keep track of, I was the timekeeper. I forgot.
It seemed like forever. Kidding.
It was a long 5 minutes.
I think I shared too much.
Oh, we didn't hear about it.
But it's really nice to have those smaller groups because it's like, oh, Dog Juice, who are you and where are you from? And you know, all that stuff. It's very good to learn, to know, to meet people here and to get to know them a little better.
Yeah, I'm going to change Jack for the reminder to be patient for people to speak. Cook day, cook.
Scholar Andrea. Scholar Andrea Kuatlatuwe. Leave the meeting and choose the right box. I didn't know how to get out of there.
Gulgungan. Did I say Gulgagan?
Gulgagan.
Gulgagan.
Cha Tlingit Yukatangi Kwa Satukaway. We used mostly Tlingit when I was talking with Satuk, and how I was impressed. I can't do that, and we did it.
Wow. I think it's such a big transition to go from something you study to something you use. And I think it's a really important part of the process. And I really appreciate the prompts and the thoughts behind it. This is what I was hoping would happen. So this is great. So, but maybe on Monday, as soon as we start class, what we'll do is we'll do a little bit more casual visiting with our scholars. I'll try and make sure we don't go too long, but it would be nice to just hear from them and just say hi. Not any sort of formal thing, but just that we can, you know, it's Zoom, so it's just like it's a person there, and so it should be a little bit more than that. But then probably a good step in the process would be making whoever is leading the conversation, co-leading, to make you co-hosts. That way we can all do the breakout room stuff. And then keep in mind that I think we can still chat with all of each other. So like if you need to know how to say something, I know we're trying to stay in the conversation, so we can always think about it later, but we can talk to all of each other, I think, through the chat still. Okay.
I missed something. Who are our scholars?
Yeah, we have two so they're called ʻāyuqatangideyi scholars. So they are future teachers who are going through a certificate program and are actually helping to lead the way to develop these two new certificates that we're developing at UAS. So one is a certificate for a speaker of an Alaska Native language, and one is a certificate for a teacher of an Alaska Native language. And so we have Dog Juice and Skanjat. They are Haida language scholars, teachers already, and they're observing our class as part of their studies, just to see how we're doing things. And so we'll get a chance to chat with them a little bit on Monday. So just scholars, be ready to just say hi. No pressure. We won't record it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but they're not observing. They're here.
Oh.
They don't get to just sit. Sorry, I gotta stop teasing everybody. Ah. Take when it uyach. What's that?
Kunni, you'll have to tell us what to do then if it's different about the breakout.
I'm happy to coordinate the breakouts, but this just gives you a little bit of extra authority because I forgot the time thing, and so you'll be able to, you could, I think, so what might pop up, like, let me just, I'll try it real quick and see what happens. So if I, oops, if I make you a co-host right now, then you might see some new buttons at the bottom. Do you see breakout room and anything there? No? Okay, so I still might have to do the breakout room, so we'll see what happens. I don't know what these things do. I haven't tried it yet, so it's all new territory for us.
Ne? Yalk Kauski, Loader, Galnik, Tlachwasaku.
Oh, as in the, what's that canal? I couldn't remember.
Oh, yeah, Suez Canal.
There it is. So I don't know how, so I said, I don't know how it happened, but this Yalk started to go ʼadé, it started to go diagonally, and then it got stuck and it blocked a kawadich. It plugged up the whole canal, and so they've been trying to figure out how to straighten the boat. And so a friend of mine posted a picture of that little loader, and he's like, "You got this!" And then I made a joke. I was like, "Hey, you found an image of an indigenous person trying to deconstruct systemic racism in education." But then I was thinking too, I was a little motivated about like the amount, because I know I tease everybody for being tired. Just because I heard it from an elder one time. We were talking about how to say, how you doing? And somebody said, chet with the chet, you know, and he just said, why don't you just say it how it really is? Uchtaka. So it's like, I'm lazy. So it's, and so I was like,
Uchtaka, is that what you said?
yeah. So, right. Straight from the mouth of an elder, just a slap down, like right in front of everybody. But you know, it was, we were having fun. It was funny. But so then I just sort of take the teasing sometimes. But I know, but I sort of made that speech because I'm serious. I know it's a lot of work. And I know that it's hard, and I know that we're up against it. But I do believe we're gonna succeed, and I think we're gonna give something to future generations. And they're gonna look back and be like, "Whoa, boy, there was that time where we almost lost it." And this is the work that does it. It's challenging and hard and awkward and exhausting, but I do think we're gonna straighten that boat out and go through that little canal. Okay. Gonna cheese you, Han Wukecha. Great work tonight, everybody.
Cheese.
Cheese.
Cheese.